Nice. Stay. All right. So that's off. 17 takes the strut out. Like I said, I did pretty loose. Okie doke. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, 79 Super Beetle. Yes, it has been on the channel before. It's on here for just a couple little things. One, if you watched this, I guess this car on this channel, it used to be well, 79, so fuel injected. It got converted to dual carbs. Whole diatribe on why it is what it is now. But with that said, the reason it's back in here is for its typically revival check over, make sure nothing's broken, everything's out of adjustment, or nothing's out of adjustment, so on and so forth. So just touch on the engine. Engine sounds healthy and good. I don't expect anything, so basically an oil change and just, you know, it's good. Main thing it's in here for is, if you watch my I think the last video I had on this thing, I can't remember. The suspension is completely jacked on this car. It's darty, it's sketchy, and well, everything's shot. It is on a lift, but it's not on the lift. There's no, well, it rebounds now. Watch the last episode, I think this corner. It didn't, yeah, sticks. Slowly comes up. Something's going on with the front end. To where, yeah, it's not happy. That side's bouncy, so what's happening is you're driving along and it's just doing whatever it wants to do. So shock's blown on that side. You're riding all spring. This one's sort of working, but also I think in the video this side decided not to work and it shot back at me. So anyway, we're doing the right thing. We're gonna put new shocks in it. Gonna keep the original springs, they should be fine. I will switch left side to right side. Typically what I do, just even out the wear. Typically your driver's side sits lower than your passenger side after these so many years because compression. So left side to go on right side to go on left side. I got that right. Also we're gonna be installing lowering shocks, or the lowering strut kit on this thing, just to give them more of an even ride height. As we said, they're not going for a low or cool look. It's more or less supers, in my opinion. Even if you set it at the lowest, the highest possible drop, what is it, 2 inch on the adjuster? It tends to give it a better steering dynamic. This thing is darty, so I'm hoping that solves it. Like I said, I think I said it in my videos, the front end seems tight. Ball joints are good, bushings are good, tie rod ends are good. I can't find any slop in anything, not saying there isn't any slop in anything, but nothing that would be causing the weird steering dynamic other than front suspension being completely crapped out. Go watch the drive video. You drive around like you're in a pogo stick. And well, you can tell on this one because it's not rebounding, and that one is just a pogo stick. So let me get this thing racked up. Let me pull out, I gotta find him. Find a lowering struts. Yeah, we'll start tearing this thing apart because I want to knock out the front sooner than later. I'm gonna try to get this thing knocked out pretty quickly. Like I said, oil change, check valves. As far as the engine goes, owner said that felt a little doggy going up a hill. I know I know I do hill pulls in my thing, so check timing, and just make sure it's an actual concern, and not just not say anything, but haven't driven a Volkswagen in a while and realize that no, it is performing as it should. It's just, well, not. There's no horse torques, in other words. So, yeah, up that up. Let me get this thing actually racked up in the air, and let's start taking this thing apart. I also got to charge my compressor, so give me a minute. All right, guys, best YouTuber back, in the history of YouTube. Certainly not forgetful. It's the next day already. Yes, I know. Huh? Turns out when you record videos back to back and you just swap batteries and forget to charge them, you end up running out. So, yeah. I was super loose. You didn't miss much because I didn't do anything. I got the wheels off and I just made sure the 17s are gonna cooperate, and they will. But other than that, yeah, you didn't miss anything. No progress has been made on my end. Oh, with the exception if I did set the shocks. Obviously the springs aren't on due to the fact that, well, they're still in this car. But yeah, I did set those up. I dropped the tubes in and all that. Got them tight so that they're ready for the springs. And I picked a random ride height that I feel would work on this, which is a 2-inch drop or something like that, and then 1 click down, so like 2 1/4 maybe, I don't know. I'm not going, ridiculously low on this. I just want to level the ride out because this looks like if you were to drive in North Carolina, you'd be getting in trouble for squatting squatting. You got a really big engine back there, and we know that's not true. Officer might not, but we do. All right, 3 bolts on top of the old tower, if you will. What side do I want to work? Does it really matter? I got more room on that side. More room, less light. Perfect. All right. Let me get this car up some. Oh, before I do that and fight everything, the stupid, who is dying outside? The washers around these shocks. They're not going to be a problem. They're going to go with serrated nuts. They're still standard thread pitch and all that stuff, so I'm not really cared. Don't care if I lose them. Going up. That is good enough. All right, brake line retaining clip. Pull that off. Hey, that's new. It's almost like the person who did the brakes knew what they were doing. All right, brake line retaining clip off. That might fight me getting out. Yes, that will. Good. Can we... I remember this car. Yeah, because we had to massage. Oh, we'll massage again. Hammer. Probably gonna end up making a new line for this. That was a pathetic hit. I love it. Probably gonna end up making a new hard line for this. It just depends on where the... Actually, can I... You know what? We're... Whole place. Oh, a salt saw. You got juice. All right, we're gonna cut this bracket off. Here, let me just show you. Beep, boops, boops. Gonna cut the brake holdy bracket guy off. Using a salt saw, what have you. Reason being is I'm gonna have to weld it onto the new one. This, I think, if you watch this channel long enough, Might need to put a little adjustment in it. Mosquito. If you watch this channel long enough, I do complain about Super Beetle brakes a lot. And one of the reasons is usually if they have drop spindles on, they just run the soft line straight to the hard line, and now your hard line doesn't have support, so it's acting like a quasi flex. Yeah, not a fan of it. Not safe. So I do relocate those tabs onto the new shocks. Do you have to? I mean, you don't. Do I recommend it? Obviously not. I'm not doing it. Cutting it off. If you're using your assault saw, be careful. Depending on the angle you go, you do not want to, cut through your hard line or soft line for that matter. There we go. Boop. That's loose. That's loose. All right. So this, pull that off so I don't lose it. Let me cut it off the other side. Oh, please. Intermission. Like I said, I pre-loosened this. Just sometimes these don't cooperate. I just didn't want to fight this for 3.5 hours. 2 17s on this. They should be 17s on yours. But time, age, and random trips to Home Depot, I can't confirm the size anymore. I know, guys, a lot of times I don't throw out sizes of what things are. Stuff gets changed a lot, and yeah, typically it's a Home Depot special. Like this one's missing its lock washer on it. So someone's been in here before. But yeah, so if you're wondering why I don't give out like torque specs are just, if I'm wrong, I don't want to be, you come at me. But as far as like sizes for nuts and stuff like that, if it's a thread pitch issue, I'll tell you what it's supposed to be, thread pitch. But as far as what nut size it is, I mean, case in point that the Blue Type 3, the top motor mounts, or not motor mounts, yeah, the motor mounts, motor to transaxle, they're supposed to be 17. Driver's side, I think, was 15, and the passenger side was a 16. So if I told you it's supposed to be a 15 and a 16, well, you call me a liar. Air-cooled said it was supposed to be this, and it wasn't even close. Sometimes, I just like to stay in my own lane with certain information. You could deduce your own idea of what things are. And also, if you can't tell what a, this is going to sound mean, but if you can't tell what a bolt size is or nut size, maybe you should reassess working on something. And send it to me and give me your money. Because your hands won't get dirty, your pocket will get lighter. Really? Come on. It's hot. It's like 100 in here. It's good. Yeah. Nice and warm. All right. Whew. This is not my people's weather. And by my people, I mean fat. Whew. Can't help it. It's a genetic condition. I like to eat. All right. Strut and flashlight removal. Out. That even feels tight. All right, let's put this to explode somewhere over here. Nice. All right, give me a minute. That's not bad. Oh, getting a hold. You're getting old when you got to rethink. We got to think just the simple bends. Whew. All right, we do the same thing to the outside, zip off the 2 bottom 17s and yank out that shock. I'll be right back. You don't need to see it. If developments happen, as always, I'll tune you in, but hopefully it's not going to be developments on 2 17s. All right. Trying. That goes there. Get these springs off. Get these things set up. I don't have my super duper high-tech compressor, so I got the next best thing. So we're gonna use these. I hate using these because I don't get enough compression, or the compression I do get out of it is barely enough. Come on. It's not like it's the first time I'm using these. Airline. But see, now we're going to a drop. I'm hoping I can cheat it. If not, I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow so I can get my high-techerier one. And I've used this one in the past, but usually when I use it, it's for the, it's basically getting slammed on its, you know, pan. I was going to say something else, but PC. So yeah, we'll struggle with this. This is what you guys probably have anyway. Get this one out of the way. Now I'm in a slight predicament. Not really. I got stuff jammed up, which is fine. But the spring is loose. Pull the pin. You know, keep your face away from it, so and so forth. Put your cap. Take this guy out. All right, the spring. Or live grenade. Thank you. All right. Just grab this one. Oh, I think we might have enough. I also know that that is not the same size. All right. Top plate, they do have a, like, a ledge. Make sure you index that with the end of the spring or the coil. Because if you don't, you're gonna get a bad ride height. Pulling the spring up right, or the shock absorber up right now. I can hopefully have enough. All right. Top. All right, this is where it's always fun. Also, now would be the time, if any of your components are worn, stop sinking down. Such as this guy. All right. Stay. If you're gonna blow up, just blow up towards the camera. That's fine. Just get some vice grips on this. Oh, hopefully keep it from sinking in. Pull that up. Push that down. Get this aligned. Pull that up again. I just need to be able to get a thread. There we go. All right, that's on. Shush. Make sure your spring's aligned. I'm gonna need a different, what size is that? I can't remember. Grenade secured. And walk these things obviously back off. All right, this one will be driver side. Like I said, I'm swapping passenger and driver springs just for, usually the driver side gets sacked out. You know, many years of driving and weight on it and less years of passenger side. So, that looks good. Where's the coil? Coil's in the notch. All right, yeah. Like I said, this will be driver side. Just throw that over there and we'll do the passenger side. I do not like using them. Just because I get close to these cups and stuff like that, it's just, they become more of a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong, they work, obviously, I'm using them. But yeah, so if this is the first time you were doing springs, you would probably be using this set. A, because, well, really, the main reason is, I think you get them at what, 40, 50 bucks at Harbor Freight, if that. They're good. Like I said, I've used them many, damn it, forward. I've used them many times. I just, usually if you're a mechanic, you start to get I don't know how to put this, a tool fetish. You start buying stuff. Fortunately, when you start buying cool stuff, more people want to borrow it. And I don't mind renting out tools. The problem is when I rent them out and they don't show back up. Get off of there. Well, stay on there, I don't care. That's fine, I got another one. This is why we have two. All right, get this top off, ow. Somehow I hurt my finger. Spring loose. We'll give her a little more Uggs and Dugs. There we go. I feel much more better about that. Felt better about it the other way, but I mean, whatever. NASCAR! Left front. All right, same procedure. Slowly defuse the bomb. It did have it. some reason, my brain farted, and I thought this plastic isolator ring wasn't on the other one. It is. Don't believe me, rewind the tape. It's there. All right. Grenard. Easy. This is a Beetle passenger. These are easy to set up. Drop the shock in, lock this collar down. The way I lock them down, if you saw the air gun's right there. Just boom. NASCAR. So, okay, that's fine. But yeah, just whack them in. Top plate, same thing. Index that notch to the end of the coil. All right. So the smart thing with the vice grips I lost. There they are. You know, I could literally not move and lose everything. So it is a real gift and curse. Yeah, like I said, if you're gonna put vice grips on this thing to keep it from falling down, make sure you put a rag on them. They're brand new. You don't want to gack the piston, the shaft. The long metal thing that's sticking out, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Because you will cause premature wear and screw up your new doobly-doo. How did I screw this up? Where's the end? There it is. God damn it. Come on. In. Push that up. This guy. This guy. And I have had springs let go on me before. It's an experience. Like I said, respect the damn things. They will bite you. On. Disarm grenade. Boom, boom. All right. Shock is shockulating. Spring is springulating. This guy out. All right. Now, this will be passenger side. Whew. All right, I'm gonna get set up over there and I'll shove these things in. And also I gotta get some hardware. Like I said, I'm gonna place all the nuts with the flange serrated. So, you know, I don't like washers. And if they're built in, let's use them. All right, let's stab this thing in here. Removal, same as unremoval. Got all the bolts over there. Yep. I'm actually going to lose this nut that I just grabbed. Work at an awkward height to start off with. Where the hell are the damn things? Oh, well, it'll help if I put it actually into this thing. You know, I should really lower the car. which I'm probably going to do. It is just out of like angle and dangle of my fingers. Like I can feel it. I can dream it, but unfortunately I can't do it. Stay like that. Yeah, here's the thing. The reason I'm doing it this way is it is easier to hold this up. Well, I'm not really proving that, but it's easier to get this thing where it needs to go first, and then swing the spindle where it needs to go, versus trying to get it all in one shot. Or at least in my, experience, it is. Get these. Come on. Start. There we go. There we go. All right, let me awkwardly stab the other one in, and same procedure, and then we'll lift the car so I can hook this stuff up. Planned. All right, other side's in. Let's get this spindle all kind of bolted together. Yeah. Rebel. There. That was so hard. Flashlight, come on. Ugh. Let me get a hammer, whack those in. I had one. The hell I do with it? I have my assault hammer. That's not what we need. Hey. Jiggles and wiggles and get them to where, they need to be. Slide the nuts on. We only got one lock washer, so spring washer, whatever you want to call it. We only got one. It's going on. Ugh. And grip, rip, and zip. Should be good. I like it. All right, give me a second. Let me do the other side. I know, a bunch of back and forth. I got to figure out something to do with this soft line. Might be able to get away with it right where it is. Might end. The line's at least in good condition. I can get away with bending it down some. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me get the other side and I'll be back. All right, guys, this is what I was talking about with soft lines and so on and so forth, and why I dislike Super Beetle suspension when they lower them. Now that the lowering shock is in, this line is just there. So anytime you turn, it's getting stress on it. Is it good enough? maybe, but I don't like the risk. Only good thing is about this, if you were to say hypothetically leave it, is they're steel lines, and a steel line is able to I don't know how to describe it. Take a little more wibble wobble than, let me hammer this thing straight finally. Can take a little more flex, for lack of better terms, than everything I replace. If you watch the channel again long enough, you know that I replace everything with copper and nickel. And one of two things: easy to bend and easy to flare. If you do brakes, those are the two things that you hate doing. So if you can, not so much cheat, but cheat, also corrosion resistance. That's the big one. So yeah, it's softer, it's easier to bend, easier to flare, it's more manageable. But the trade-off is, because it's easier to bend and easier to flare and more manageable, the key part of it is it's easier to bend, which equals, if you have a run like that, it's going to start flexing a lot harder or a lot more than this steel line will. Oh yeah, that's going to be money. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire up the old welder. Take this tab, the one we cut off, just weld it at the bottom here. Put a tack in. Nothing major. Just hold on. I probably whack both sides of this thing. I'm going to keep out of the spirals or the lowering spots, just in case we do have to go down. If I have a weld in there, then it's going to create, or if I get into the cup where those spring clips ride, well, I'm going to create a real pain in the butt for myself if I have to lower this for some odd reason anymore. So he now has an option to go lower if he wants to. Again, this is his wife's car. So if they do decide to get new wheels for this thing down the road and want to make it lower, they have the option to. I'd say within the first, usually 6 months. Other than that, you're beating the crap out of these things because everything's solid, basically solid at this point. Solid. Salad. But all right, let me get this thing welded in. And I'll be back with showing you quasi-finished product. I gotta clean it up. I gotta find my die grinder. So, we'll be right back. All right, guys. Welded. Bracket's actually in. Just if you can see, 2 little tack welds in there, holding it. Here, let's turn it like a, normal person. Let's operate the camera like a dad. Yeah, somewhere right in there. Just 2 tack welds, holding it on. So now the line, put that down. Now the line has left and right movement. It's not binding or anything like that. I honestly don't know what I just recorded. I didn't flip the screen. But driver's side, yeah, because that would be the other side, because it's the passenger side. Driver's side, exactly the same. You can see in there 2 tack welds, line, so on and so forth. Full range of motion on that brake line. So we're good. Also, there is no slop, no flex in the suspension. So with the light, that was I got to replace the speedometer cable on this damn thing. Excuse me, but yeah, it's tight. So think of the bumpy steering or the steering. What are you guys looking at? I think a lot of the steering issues we were having is due to suspension. So I'm hoping dropping the nose, I think should have only been 1 inch, maybe 2. I don't know. It went down some, possibly. What I'm getting at is I don't know what it's going to look like. If it looks bad, we're stay tuned for development. So we'll do this again. But let me get these wheels on. Ugh. There we go. Start of my hand. Probably why, if you are watching this, well, video's over for you, because now you know how to put lowering springs in. But if you're here for the diagnostical purposes, all right, that one's on. Let me get the other one on. You don't need to see that. I also got to get the speedometer cable. But, yeah. She's tight. The wheel bearings are tight. The if it's picking up in my mic, that's just the rack. The, you know, slop in the rack. It's going to happen. So, all right, let me, zip on the other one. Let me get the speedometer cable in and zip on the other one. Maybe I'll bring you along with the speedometer cable, too. I know. Full service shop of letting you know what's going on. It's obviously disconnected out of the hub already, just due to the fact that, well, it's broken. I mean, there's that. No, but the reason we're doing a speedometer cable, if you did watch the first video of this car actually back on the road, it didn't have one. The owner was, you know, poking around. And yeah, noticed that the cable was broken on speedometer to the drive. If you didn't, leave it here. If you didn't know, these the late models, they're two-piece speedos. So you get this guy, which is nice and kinked. Then it goes to whatever the hell box this is. I can't remember what this box actually does. I don't think it's actually needed, but it's here. I used to remember, but that was a while ago. Yeah, I still need to grab a cable. I'll be back. I think it's in one of my trucks. All right, I found it. I actually ordered 2 of these damn things. I don't know, super prepared, I guess. Now the fun. Did it go through? Yes. Routing it. Come on. You're like right there. You'll go on the other way. What are you doing to me? There we go. And push that back through. Like it never happened. All right, what I'm going to do is grab a really small drill bit and drill it and cotter it. I'm happy it's cooling off a little bit. It's still hot. All right, let's do the right thing and just throw my tools under here. Let's drop it on the ground. I want to see it together with you guys, so I'll bring it around. It's a little suspension. Let's take off the e-brake, dummy. All right, now let's settle it. Roll her forward, roll her backwards. the IRS ain't too bad, or isn't too bad when it comes to settling. All right, what do we look like? Oop. We can sort of see. Let's roll this back some more, whatever and over. Tape and rear main. I really need to clean. Are we in frame? Somewhat. Let's move some more stuff back. It's going well. I think all I was responsible for is rolling a car off a lift. Stay. All right. Lose scientific measure. 3 fingers. A little higher than 3 in the back. Like, I mean, barely. A little higher on this side. And way higher in that back corner. Yeah, swapping the springs, definitely a good call. But yeah, slow roll. Can I sort of pan it? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, let's bounce on this thing. Hey, suspension. Would you look at that? Goes down, goes up. So weird. All right. So I think what we'll do next scene. Got to clean the windshield. I'm not gonna show you that. But next thing what I'm gonna do is take this thing out and see how it drives. Because if it's gonna drive still sketchy, we're gonna have to debate on something else. Like I said, watch the original drive video of this revival. It drove like a pogo stick. So as long as, it was a little darty. So it was Super Beetle plus pogo stick kid toy. Not the best. Do not recommend. But what I will do is take it out. Hold on. I don't even know what I'm talking to. Next thing, we'll take it out on the road. See if it drives and handles better. See if I'm less sketched about it. I'm going to bring pliers so that the throttle cable hopefully doesn't fall off again. It hasn't fallen off for them, so that's good. But it's me, and it will. But yeah, we'll take it for a quick drive. I don't like those hubcaps. I know they watch this channel, but gives me minivan vibes. Dodge Omni, possibly. Yeah, we'll take it out. I'm working what I want to do with you. Next scene, hopefully we're in the car. I'll take this thing out, take it for a nice little tootle around, make sure the handling's good. There were some drivability concerns, I think I said. Owner said it felt like it was underpowered. So I'll take it for a rip. I think I have my timing light out. Oh, it's in the back of the Type 3. I'll flash it real quick, see what the timing's at. Maybe it moved or something. But also he said that it could be normal. And he's just not used to, all the power. We're gonna go with that. He said something else. I think he drives diesels, so yeah. Torque, whatever. Anyway, I'm rambling. Next scene, hopefully we're in the car. But suspension is on, and yeah, we'll do the engine diag and the driving diag when we get back. Plus, I gotta change the oil, check the valves and all that stuff. But we'll do that when it comes back. Because it didn't sound bad. They're definitely not loose, I'll tell you that much. And there is quite a few miles on this thing now. Still looks good in here. Give her 4 pumps. She'll catch up. But yeah, definitely not tight, or if anything, it's tight, it's not loose. Still sounds good. All right, anywho, next scene, hopefully we're in the car. All right, good morning, I guess. Or whatever time it is. It's actually morning. It's like 10 o'clock, 9:30, something. I don't know. I'm just, it's morning, it's early. Let's take this thing out before it gets too hot. I gotta clean the windshield. Man. Oh, all right. What? These seats feel like they sit higher than normal. I don't know. Now I could vaguely see a little better. Let's see what this thing does. All right. I did throw the timing light or timing gun on the engine last night after I shut down the cameras. Timing's fine. It's sitting whatever 32, full advance. So yeah, we'll figure out what the rest. See if it is a driver's concern with lack of power, or if it's just, you know, doing Volkswagen stuff. Oh. Sunglasses, check. I got a ton of tools under the hood, check. I hate this basket, check. Just put that there. It just moves all over the place. I did a clutch in this thing, I think. I'm pretty sure. I know I put a rear main in. Super light pedal, I like it. All right, one thing I have to say, well, I thought I was gonna hit that light at speed. All right, one thing I have to say immediately, from the first time I drove this car till, well, this time, which could be like the third or fourth. I can't keep track of how many test drives I've done. But in the video, when I drove this car, it's hard to say because I do have a really bad, good. I have a memory, is what I'm getting at, and it immediately rides better and drives better. Also, I remember the first time I took this thing out after we revived it, I was getting just a face full of absolutely everything. Another reason I'm keeping the roof up. But, I mean, stuff is just blowing everywhere. But, yeah, as of right now, it's idling good. It's running good. Clock's still working. Blinkers blinking. Yeah, we're just moving. It doesn't have a pogo ride, which I like. Speedometer still doesn't work. All right, I got a vibration in the wheel right now. But I think that's, feels like it's higher balance. Yeah, it's twitching around a bit. I could throw these on my machine and see if that changes anything. It's not bad. Speedometer still doesn't work. So that's good. Oh, I think I know why. I'm pretty sure I never finished connecting it under the hood. Yeah, whatever slop I'm currently feeling right now in the steering wheel, vibrations and whatnot, I think are twofold. One, pick the right gear. Yeah, I think it's twofold. One being, I think the rack is loose, like slop, and 2 tires. Because right now at speed, she's fine. But if you watch the wheel, it's a pulse. I think it's a tire imbalance. I mean, even over bumps, she's fine. Yeah, what I was going to say, over the bumps is fine. I think I'm fighting a tire imbalance right now. And the rack has slop in it. The actual rack itself, not the, all right. There's the tank. Whee! In the shade. All right, let me see if I did. Pretty sure I didn't connect that throttle cable or the cable. Let me double check that. Because if that's the case, I'm an idiot. Yep, sure didn't. Let's try it now with attached speedo cable. I think this is probably one of the lightest clutch I've driven. Holy crap, would you look at it, it works. I forget things too. At least I double check my work. And then it immediately go, oh, your speedometer's broken. Or your whatever gear drive is crud. Nope, completely on me. Plus, if I gave that diagnostic to the owners and they popped the hood and saw the cable wasn't attached, I'd look like a jackass. I do enough of that on my own. I don't need help. But you can see she has a little bobble in the steering wheel. So probably do a tire balance, which is fine. Feels like it's at a weird speed, like low speed. I don't think high is a problem. It seems to drive itself out of it. If you've ever had a tire imbalance, usually they sit to 5 miles, unless it's really bad. They sit to like a 5 mile an hour range. This one, you know, is at the lower end, so like city driving, which is annoying because that's pretty much how I test. But with that said, at speed, it should go away. I'll throw it on my machine and check it, I guess is what I'm... Convenient. I'll throw it on my machine and double check it. Choo-choo train! Yeah, she's smooth. But I think a lot of the bobble that's going on right now, left and right with this wheel, what I'm feeling, the bumps. Because like I said, everything's tight. I think it's in the rack. Where are you going? I think it's in the rack itself. Yeah, that's definitely a tire imbalance right here. Well, I had a speedometer. I'm gonna have to look in why now it doesn't work. Because now it doesn't. Alright. Let me check again. I'm pulling into my buddy's place. Maybe rob some tools from him. The vent window keeps opening. That's why you keep moving. All right, I'll be back. All right, just left my buddy's shop. Looked at the gauges or the cable. It's attached, so I'm gonna do the right thing. Get back to the shop and yeah, pull it out. Maybe I broke another cable. Who knows? But it was brand new. But new nowadays doesn't mean quality. The funny thing is, I did order 2 cables for this car. Not because I was anticipating a problem, but one cable just didn't want to ship, apparently. So I ordered a second one because I knew this car was coming in and I needed one. So the good thing is, I have 2 now. Probably only one. Yeah, whatever we got going on is an imbalance and a it's in the rack. That's a tire imbalance. Yeah, whatever we got going on is a combination between the tire imbalance, I'm pretty sure, and the rack and pinion itself, because I think I showed it, or I will show it. I don't know. I haven't edited this video. See, you know, I'm still filming it. You can hear the clunk, 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 and tie rods are tight, ball joints are tight. All the rubber bushes, lower control arms, front stabilizer link, what have you, they're all tight. So the only thing that has any kind of slop in it is the you know, rack itself, steering box, what have you. The thing that actually tells your wheels to go left and right. Which, if it had balanced tires, I don't think it'd be that big of an issue. But the good thing is, it's drivable now. Not dirty. It's pretty tame. Tolerable, I guess you want to say. I can't believe it. It's, you know, parts nowadays, unless that weird gear drive blew up. But yeah, it worked for about a, you know, few feet. So what I'll do is I'll just bouncy. So I'm just gonna do. We'll go back to the shop. I'll go back to the shop and I'll just jack the driver wheel up, disconnect the cable, and spin it and see if the cable's spinning. If the cable's spinning, we know we have a problem, you know, on the other end, meaning box or other cable, because there's a short cable in here, or that drive. Hill start, fine. Yeah, the owner complained about lack of power. I think it's just because not used to lack of power, for lack of better terms. I knew that had a seat back adjustment. Yeah, fourth gear or third gear. She's cruising. Steering wheel's fine. I wish I knew how fast I was going. Also, I got something hinky going on with the fuel gauge. It is a new one in here, except it's only reading quarter of a tank. And I know we have more than that in this tank. I don't know if there's a difference between Super Beetle fuel injected tanks and standard, like a baffle's holding something somewhere that it can only read a quarter, because it's a new unit in there. And I did pre-check the float versus gauge. It should be reading correctly. I mean, when you move the arms, it moves the gauge. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't feel like stopping. Yeah, right around whatever speed I'm at here, bobble. And then smooths out. So yeah, all right, join me on the shop cam. We'll go through this thing. Yeah, no knocks or rattles or anything weird. So, we'll get on the camera, big camera. I'll do a check out this front end and so on and so forth. Like I said, the engine's good, so join me in a minute. All right, guys. Whew. It is hot. All right. Engine. Wait, it says a radio that actually works. Not used to that. Engine's completely solid. Feels good. Has power with the exception of when you need, second gear. I'm wondering if that's what the owner's doing, because I did it twice. Thought I went to second, and complete driver stupidity on my end. I misshifted. Yeah, instead of going from third to second, I went third to fourth and wanted to fall on its face. So I'm wondering if possibly that's what his lack of power discrepancy is. I'm not 100% sure. I'll call him and ask him. But yeah, I mean, hill started fine. Drove around fine. Speedometer cable got to look at. It did work after I plugged it in, and then it promptly stopped working. So I guess what I'm going to do is jack up the front of the car, disconnect the cable, put a jack under there, spin the wheel, and see if the cable's translating. If the cable's not translating, somehow a brand new cable broke already. Which, again, not surprising me, but good enough, I ordered a second one. So let me get out of the sweat box. What's it sound like starting? Not bad. No. But yeah, let me get mic'd up. We'll go on to big cam and yeah, hopefully figure out what's going on. But the engine's good, clutch good, brakes good. Fuel tank, I gotta figure something out. I don't know if there's baffles in it or something, because like I said, out of the car the gauge checks fine. In the car, gauge goes to a quarter. So not real sure what's going on with that. And like I said, I did the full sweep on it, and the gauge works. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But join me on a big cam. I got to get out of this. I'm sweating my, nether regions off. All right, guys. Things escalated quite dramatically trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the speedometer. Well, jacked the car up and the cable. Yeah, I'll show you what's going on. We have science, and it's not the best. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the cable that goes to the EGR doobly-doo. That's what this box is. Couldn't remember. That's what it is. It's something EGR. Box is good. It's driving either end. You spin. you know, spin input, output spins. I don't know if that'll show, but the outlet's spinning. Have the drill hooked up to the secondary cable, run the drill. Drill runs, cables runs. The escalation part is, well, not the entire interior is blown apart. To see if the nub, you know, the end was disconnected from the speedo. It was not. Then I was like, well, maybe the speedo's broken. I got that extra, you know, throttle cable or speedo cable. Speedo works. So, and I did before, put it this way, the reason the drill's on there is before I got to this part of escalation, I did run the drill both forward and backwards. If you didn't know, it runs backwards, and backwards is speedo, forward. Anyway, run drill both directions. Speedo did not move, which, like I said, kind of got me to this point thinking maybe the cable was snapped. Cable is not snapped, it is spinning on the other end. So did we just have a false connection, or did it strip out the speedo part of the cable? It's really hard to see in there because you really can't see in there as far as the cable's concerned, like cable end. So what I'm going to do is put it all back together, and well, maybe it's going to work again, but I know from axle to EGR and EGR output is all working. Like I said, I ramped up my drill when it was still attached to the speedometer. I got nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'll reattach that cable, spin it with my drill again, see if for some reason it fixed itself. And if it did, I'm not going to say anything. It's going to probably need a speedometer or a cable. Probably need a cable end. That cable. So I don't know, just troubleshooting. It is hot again today, so let me get that cable attached, and yeah, I'll show you more diagnostical of how terrible things go. All right, speedometer cable's reattached. You won't be able. I can physically feel the cable moving in here, and oh, that just moved. I don't know if you heard the clickety clackety. Oh, my battery's dead. The drill was spinning the cable. Speedometer cable is not moving. So, probably gonna need a new cable. Because, like I said, the other cable will run the drive. The speedometer works. Something in the end, I guess, is gnarled or something, and it's not working. So, give me a minute. Let me do a little bit more troubleshooting, but it looks like it's gonna need a cable. Maybe? Hold on. Maybe my brain's not braining like it should. Might be the cable itself. Let me get a little more stuff hooked up. Let me put that EGR box back on and try to spin it from the EGR. That cable might be falling out of the speedometer due to slop. You know, working its way into that EGR box. And that's why I'm not getting it, because that's the only thing I can think of. Because if that cable floats, you know, it's able to slide back and forth in the sheet and, you know, disconnect itself from the drive, well, we're gonna lose it. Most likely it's just a bad cable. You know, it's getting the slop in it. But let me see if I could do something, maybe brace the box or something like that. Good thing is I could spin the box with this cable. All right, give me a minute, I'll hook stuff under the hood back up. All right, I don't know if you'll be able to see the speedometer. Let me see if I zoom it in some. You can kind of see it. I just got my other cable hooked up. It's, if you see, it's working now. Oh, super zoom. What I'm thinking happened is it somehow disconnected from the cable itself. Here, I'll just show you on this one. It's easily accessible. I'm thinking what happened was because it was in the speedometer cable. What I'm thinking happened is, oh, this one's tight. I think we got a little too much slop in like the ends, so it's allowing the cable that goes into the speedometer, you know, to suck back some and not make contact. So it's gonna probably need another speedometer cable, the upper. Lower's good, just needs the upper. So let me put this stuff all back together now that it's diagnosed. The other thing is, yeah, let me get it back together, make sure it works, and I'll be back to you. Really, I'm just gonna connect the front and jack it up and spin the wheel. I'll be back. I gotta change out the battery. That's why I'm running short right now. Yet again, everything is connected. Zoom. Yeah, you can sort of see the needle. Because now I can't spin it fast enough. It's running 10 and she'll bobble. So speedometer fixed. Now let me just put this whole damn dash back together. Yeah, it's either the cable slopped, got slop in it, moved out, so on and so forth. But just dumb things that happen. If you didn't know, these gauges just pull straight out. So that's that, and then just reconnect, find and reconnect everything. I dropped the steering column a little bit to do this, just to get this bottom plate out. I don't know, yeah, move that. I don't know if you guys ever dropped your columns or not, or had to get behind here, but it's pretty straightforward. Everything just snaps in. There are 5 screws that hold these things together, and then you just kind of have to, you know, fat finger everything back into place. Let me get this clip first. Okay, all 3 lights are working, EGR lights working, whatever that is, generator and oil light. So, okay, I can finish putting this together. And by that means, put in the last screw. Gotta run the ground for that clock, because when the lights can kind of stops running. Again, I don't know how it's running currently, but it is. But yeah, do that. And then yeah, let me probably close out this video. I think we're might stay for another test drive, because I got to balance the wheels. I want to take it out, and also I have fuel sending issues. The float tests good out of the car. It can operate the gauge, but I think it's hitting the baffles, so it's only reading 1/4 of a tank, and I know I have more than that in this car. So, all right, let me button all this stuff up, and I'll get back to you probably to close this episode out, unless I can think of something else that's weird. But yeah, probably one more video wrapping this thing up, because we still got to go through the engine. So I was going to do that off camera, but seeing I have a weird segue, we'll do that in the next one. All right, guys, going to cap this video on a 79 Super. Did a couple things on this. Found out that the speedometer is good. The actual speedometer is good. Found out the gas gauge is terrible. Like I said, I did check the floats on it, or the sending unit. Out of the car, it reads fine. Once it goes in the car, I don't know if there's a weird baffle in there, or if the float is catching on something, but it would only read 1/4. And I know there's more than that in this car. So we're going to take a look at that in the next episode. Ride quality, dramatically different. It doesn't ride around like it's a pogo stick anymore, and that was the key. Not pogo sticky, not darty. Unfortunately, the rack is, well, not the greatest. Is it a safety driving issue? No. But is it annoying? 100%, because it does have slop in it and I can't take it out. Also, trying to find a new one is going to be fun. But I'll talk to you on that. Next episode, because it is going to be here, hopefully we can sort out the gas gauge, and I will balance those front wheels to see if that takes out the little shake. I'm pretty sure I did that already, but I'm not 100% sure, and also not saying that a weight didn't sling or something like that. But yeah, next episode, because it should be one little one or a shorter one, fuel gauge, and we'll go through the engine and make sure it's fine, oil change, so on and so forth. Just taking it on this test drive earlier, it's fine. I don't see any concerns. The carbs are carbureting. The engine's not taking. It has power to time. Like I said, I did bing it with my timing gun. It's still where I set it, so I think we're good. I think it's pretty well sorted at this point. That just needs that little boop over the hill for the next episode, and they can enjoy the crap out of this thing. But with that said, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.